We got to Africa after a 15-hour plane flight and drove 3 hours to Kenya to a little ranch called Shampoli.
It was a definite culture shock, even leaving the airport.
The first thing that really hit me when I got to Oloika was that all the kids didn't have shoes or had shoes that were really worn down. I really learned to value education, and I think that it's something that I underestimated here.
The one thing I really took away from the trip was how happy everyone was despite having so little.
We just have it so easy and we just don't know it.
Everybody that you know you should support and not take friendships and family for granted.
One thing that really struck me was just how appreciative the kids were. They didn't want anything from us, they just wanted to be around us.
What I decided to do is I wanted to come home and be able to do a shoe drive at either my school or in my community for the kids.
All these relationships were all genuine, even though we can talk to the kids we were helping.
They learned together, they worked together, and it was a good experience.
We began to realize that not only had we changed their lives, but we also changed our lives. And that was what was so special about this trip.
In 2011, we returned to Oloika for the second time. We've resisted calling the experience a trip, which suggests a sightseeing opportunity disconnected from the intellectual life of the school. Berkeley Carroll students joined community volunteers in the building of a dining hall at Champole's Oloika Primary School. They learned about the Kenyan educational system and the academic lives of their Masai peers. They sat down with regional leaders to ask questions about local leadership and challenges facing the Masai community in Champole. The Kenya program was, and moving forward our community will hear this terminology more consistently, a course, experiential in nature, but as intellectually important as what happens at Berkeley Carroll.
What emerged for students on the Kenya program was a more nuanced understanding of a part of the world that too often gets painted in absolutes. Through their interactions with a diverse range of Kenyans, students began to acquire what author Chinua Achebe has called a balance of stories. They came away with a vibrant, contradictory, and more intellectually honest sense of who the Kenyans are, the challenges they face, and what we can learn from them. The habits of mind that a course like this cultivates are essential to life in the 21st century. Collaboration, respect, connection. These are the hallmarks of global thinking.
It's really hard to describe it because it was so unreal.
I just noticed how my friends and my family were doing things a lot differently than I'd been doing for the past few weeks. And just opens your eyes to the amount of wealth that we have back home.
How when you don't have anything, that a flashlight is the coolest thing in the world.
Hey, everyone is home.
Keep going. There it is. One more, two more.
You got it.
Hey!
I loved working on the work site. I was a mason.
It's fascinating to sit in on a classroom in Kenya and see that they're studying things that you studied in 7th grade.
They didn't really have a lot, but what they did have, they kept precious.
I still remember our host family, and I hope they'll remember me.
Kids who every day I think of them when I get up in the morning and their smiling faces.
Accept us right into their families. It was pretty remarkable.
It's definitely a huge change in perspective. A lot of things that I considered valuable back before I went on this trip aren't really that valuable to me anymore. I still appreciate them, but to me, things like relationships, friendships are a lot more important now.
My name is Shani, the WLS coordinator for Kenya, the Shompole project. This is dining hall for the girls in Oloika. This is the entrance to the hall. I'm going to show you the girls having lunch in one of the sessions so that you can understand what goes on in here. So these are the girls from Oloika dormitory having a lunch. They're having a good time over the lunch session. So you'll appreciate how much they enjoy using the space, the tables, the forms, smiley faces. Very, very happy to have this facility. I love these girls. They're enjoying a very nice meal. Look at that. Very yummy. Yummy. Very yummy. Yes. I'm salivating. It's a very good lunch. I love this lunch. Good faces, smiley faces, smiley faces. And even the chief was there to witness the lunch session. And me, Shani. Thank you. Bye.